Warning, the audio you are about to hear is 100% real and unscripted.
It is being aired with the consent of the crier, which is to say me, Editor Sarah. I am also warning you that there is a 99.9% chance that you will have the same reaction. Viewer discretion is advised. We love you. Please enjoy.
You're crying.
I think I broke my editor with this video, so we're gonna be making a Mooshroom. Let's get started.
Alright, so the first step is going to be sculpting the head and feet. For that, we start off with some aluminum foil, or if you're fancy, aluminium foil. I then squish said foil down until I get a shape of a Amanita muscaria bovine variety, otherwise known as a Mooshroom. But once I have the rough shape down, it's time to break out the good stuff. Clay. It's just clay.
He touched the butt.
With a thinnish layer of clay, I start covering the foil shape and just pushing it around. I'm just really trying to build up some basic shapes so I can start building up that Mooshroom head. I then take some cabochons and figure out roughly where I want to place them on the head, only to then just immediately remove them so I can work on building up that patented cute oversized forehead. What's funny is in the last video, I complained how cute things were hard for me to sculpt. Cute things are just difficult for me to get right, but this video, my hands were like, bet, cause this came so easy to me, and herbivores like horses and deer are even harder for me cause I sculpt way too many freaking canines, let's just be honest, so they always come out looking just a little off. But not this guy. Try one out the gate, he was like, I'm a winner. So I'ma just chalk up the last video to a bad art day. I mean, we all get them. But like, even the eyes just came out miles better. The Minecraft gods really came down on their elytras and blessed this piece with just the ultimate cuteness. And I ain't mad about it. Once his eyes were done, it was time to work on that snoot. And you know how there's just like really random bits in your art piece that you just like love and obsess over? The nose was definitely one for me. I just love it so much and I want to squish it, but that would be very counterproductive at this stage. The mouth expression came out very soft and sweet, and it just, man, I know I'm gushing. I know I am, I'm sorry. But it's rare that I love a piece this much. And it's not to say like I hate my art or anything, but fellow artists know that sometimes the nether stars align and a piece is just like, it's just a little bit more than usual. It's just chef's kiss. It's just something about it. I don't know what it is, but I like it. With the head done, it's time to move on to the little hoofsies. Hoofsies. Since the feet are gonna be so small, I'm sculpting the armature actually into the foot. My house hasn't burned down from baking armature pieces so far so good? With everything sculpted, it's time for some ASMR armature time. To attach the head to the armature, I carve a hole in the back of the head. Here's a dramatic reenactment for you. I I then fill the hole with hot glue and just shove the armature in before it can cool and lock it in place. With that all done, it's now time to work on some bodybuilding. To build up the body of Mr. Moo Cow here, we're going to be using quilt batting. It comes in these giant rolls because it's, well, made for quilts. I cut it up into long strips and wrap it around the armature over and over again, until what is essentially the body's muscle layer all built up. Making sure not to go too ham though, since we need to account for thickness of whatever fabric we're going to be adding on top of it. But like I always say, if you want chunk boy, you go and you get chunk boy. If you want thin boy, you go and you get thin boy, okay? We support all body shapes and sizes here. This is like the typical baby chunk that I be doing. This is baby moo cow chunk. Yes, approve. Before sewing up the body, I decided to base paint everything since I plan on furring the Mooshroom's face later on. This definitely didn't have to look pretty or anything. It was just to make sure you didn't see any gray if I missed any spots when I faced the fur. When I fur the face. Come on now, Karen. You got this. After that, it's body sewing time. Since the Mooshroom is spotted, and even more sparsely spotted in my design, I'll be using white fur as a base. As per usual, I haven't a clue what I'm doing, as sewing is some form of calculus, definitely advanced, that I just can't seem to understand. But basically, I cut a piece of fur the entire length of the body, and I cut slits for the legs to slide through and make some sort of strange vest. I trim it down so it's nice and snug and sew just straight down the middle. I really try to keep this as uncomplicated as possible because, again, calculus, not math, not my strong suit. Can't do it. No, thank you. With sewing done, it's time to fluff up that face. So we're just gonna... Yep, there we go. Cute as it may be in this current state though, it's time for a visit from the groomer.
To the salon!
To trim all this fluff down, I'll be using a pet shaver, which is a great tool to have if you're going to be making something like this. It takes the fur off in bulk and shaves the body down way smoother than I could ever hope to get, but even still, I like to go back in with some scissors to tidy up things, especially around the legs, to make sure they don't look mangled and, you know, well, like legs. Hey, remember earlier when I said random bits of art that you just love? Yeah, add this like to that list too. After a few more snips here and there to tidy up the face, he is all trimmed up, and now it's time for the part that I was most scared of, which is gonna be airbrushing. Alright, I'm committing, I'm scared, I'm doing it. I'm scared. I'm pretty confident in my airbrushing capabilities, but airbrushing such a bold color on white is always nerve-wracking for me. Any slip up or overspray that I do will have this thing looking like it left a murder scene. So I make sure to take it nice and slow. This is probably the biggest spot this Mooshroom's gonna differ from the game version, as I leave a lot more white in the face and body than in the original design. But I have no regrets, because that little face and spots are just everything, and no slip-ups, just panic attacks the whole time. It's fine, I'm fine, I'll recover, it's fine. Once done with the airbrushing, I go back in and paint any extra little details, like the inner ears, the eyes, and the nose. And then I resin over the eyes and nose for extra glossiness.
Just look at that boobable snoot. Focus, darn you. Focus on the snoot. Oh my god. I want to touch it, but I just put the resin and that's a horrible idea. A beam of light. Bing.
I absolutely didn't forget to make a tail and then just quickly made one off camera. No. But since we have the tail, let's play pin the tail on the cow. Stupid. Now, for the reason he's called a mooshroom in the first place. The mushrooms. I'll be honest, I sculpted one mushroom so you could see how it was done on camera, but in truth, editor Sarah sculpted all these wonderful things for us, so I'm very grateful to her for doing that. Thank you very much. She made them in large, medium, small, and itty bitty. I based some in a bright red and some in a darker red, so there's a little bit of variance there. But to be honest, I'm not sure you can really tell, but just know that deep down, it's there. I also painted some brown as a call to the biome that the mooshroom live in, and to bring a slight color change to the so much red. Then it was time to add the spots, which I did with a dotting tool as there was absolutely no way I was going to be hand painting this stuff. I know my limits. Sometimes. Once all painted, it was time to attach them to the body, first with his little mushroom horns. It's just so cute, oh my god. Per usual with me, there is no rhyme or reason of where I'm putting something. If it just felt right, I put it there. It's just very relaxing and freeing to just not plan it out and just like, yeah, this feels like it goes here, so I'm gonna put it there. It's very lovely, I recommend it. And with the last mushrooms added, this little guy is all done, and we can take a look at the final montage. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my Patreons. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'd like to give a warm welcome to Margaret Watts, Laurel Howarth, Charlotte Johnson, Krista, and Excellent. I seriously appreciate you guys, and if you're celebrating the holidays, I hope you have a wonderful time, and if you're not, I hope you just have some chill and cozy vibes, and I will see you guys in the next video.